Okay, so this is the spot up here where the hood hinge is at that we was talking about fixing. Well, I got me a piece made, so we're going to see if we can fix it. Hey y'all, I'm Dave. This is Lemon Fab. Thanks for watching. We're going to, I had a bunch of rust up in here and I got it all cut out. I used a multitude of tools. So I used the little file on the end of the grinder, and then used the cut off on my new guy grinder that I got for Christmas. Used a little sander pad, pair of pliers, a cold chisel, all that. And then I cut out my little piece there, and I got it to where it fits up in there real nice, and I'm ready to weld it in, I think. I got me some air to keep it cool. And the only thing I wish I would have done is, wish I would have left the steering wheel on it so I could turn the tires to get up in there a little bit better, but I think I'll be all right, so. Now my hose leaks, that's why I didn't have that hooked up yet, but if you go like that, it doesn't. So it's got to be that end. So we're going to see if we can get this tapped in there, if I can get up in there close enough. Make sure I get it in the right spot. Move that over just a little bit. Come on. All right. That's in the right spot. Now that fits a lot better, but that air compressor kicks on now. I just don't think that's hot enough. I hate air compressors. Well, it's still running and I can't get it to quit. I waited for a minute after I got all this welded up and I've been keeping it cool. So by blowing that much air, it's just being noisy. But it's all welded up, it's not hot. I kept the heat out of it. It's probably, I mean, it's warm. You can feel that it's warmer than this, but it's literally not that maybe, 80 degrees. But it's like 60 in here. So you can feel the difference, a little bit of difference. So I got this last little bit, I'm gonna finish it, then I'll pause it again, wait for that thing, and then we'll do our talk. Okay, this grinder here works better because of the angle for me to control it where I want to do for the sanding of this. And then, of course, because I'm doing this, it's going to get loud again. But I just need to start using my GoPro to record instead of my phone. But it's so much easier on my phone because then I don't have to edit. I can just pause and record and what have you. So now I don't need that fire blanket up in my... Now, I'm going to have to keep swapping back and forth because I don't want to get that hot with the sander neither. Kind of just keep doing this for the stages, but that air compressor is going to kick on. So we're going to have to keep doing that process, switching over, get all that cleaned up, and then I'll get it cleaned up and I'll be right back. Well, if it ain't the air compressor, it's the furnace. So, but, I got to stay warm to a point. But anyways, we got this all cleaned up and everything. There's a couple little spots that I need to go back and address. So, let's get up in here so you guys can see. So, I got it all welded in there, and there's a couple spots right there. There's a spot right there. There's a spot right there and there and there. So as soon as I get them finished welded in and grind back clean, then we'll have that spot fixed, and then I can paint the cowl, because that was the only thing I was waiting on to finish painting up the cowl. And but I want to paint inside of it too, but I haven't decided if I want to put some POM inside of there. That's paint over metal. It's black oxidized, paint and whatever. But I want to paint inside the cowl, because that inside of that cowl goes all the way over and down this chamber. It's for the vent and stuff in the car. So I want to paint up inside there. I don't care even if I got to do it with a brush, because it'll have the cowl grill cover on it, and that'll be painted white, and along with all this is going to be painted white. I'm going to paint white up around. I'll paint white up to this. Like this will still be black because this is hidden under the fender. I want under the hood black. Oops. I went under the hood black because that's what I did it. I was going to do this car differently, and then I decided to paint the thing. So I was just going to make a hot rod. So, black under the hood, do the engine, leave the whole body all rusty and rotted and everything. But the body was so far gone, I had to do something. And at that point, I didn't want to try to match the paint or anything. I just wanted to paint it and be done with it. So, but then I got into, well, I was just going to rattle can it first. And then I got to thinking, well, I'll actually do good paint. And that's where we're at. We're doing, decent paint. It's Omni paint, but it's by PPG. It's kind of, Omni's the house brand that goes through CarQuest and stuff, and none of those are sponsors or anything. I had to pay for all my stuff, so it'd be great if they was a sponsor, but they're not sponsors. But so like the strut arms, I was thinking about taking them off and painting them back to white, along with where the strut arm the mounts are. These little, like, I don't know what they are. I think they're strut top mounts or whatever. They're just crossover mounts and stuff to keep the body from twisting. But I think I'm going to take them off, clean them all up. I'm going to paint them the cream ivory that the car is. It's kind of a creamy white. I'm going to paint it that color, along with all from the seam up. And then from the hood forward, that'll all just stay black. So later on, if somebody else buys the car or whatever and they want to paint that white underneath there, it's not hard to disassemble the front end of this car and paint and just clean up everything, move everything aside, clean it all up, get rid of all the black, and then paint it whatever color you want, paint it back to. But I'm not doing that. So, but now I'm gonna finish welding up the holes where the rocker trim was at. There's oh, there, finally the heater's done, thank God. 2, 4, 6, 8 holes on this side, 8 holes on that side. Get those done, and then do the I still haven't welded the holes in the fenders of the doors, but the doors are sitting over there. They're over there, leaning up against the toolbox behind the welder. You can barely see them, but I got my tripod stuck on my chair. But anyways, let's give you a little look at, now that we're done doing all that grinding and stuff, let's move this. I didn't want all that grinding and everything on the engine, so give you all a little bit of that first gen Rambler AMC engine. This would be this is the same design that they had in the Nash Ambassador and the I believe the Hudson and the Jeep Commander and all that. But in those cars, it was like a 225 or 250. Then you have the 287 and the 327. And all that is it's like 3-inch bore, 3.5-inch bore, 3 3/4 bore, 4-inch bore. So, but yeah, the doors are right there, and I got to get that dent out still. So we'll put the stud puller on there, and we'll get, weld a few studs on that little crease, and we'll pull that out and stuff. But I'm going to get back to welding on this car before Naomi gets home from the grocery store and tells me to come inside for a minute. And I'll probably need a break by then anyways, because I got to get down on the floor to do this. So, but that's what we got going on today, guys. I mean, it's not much of a video, but I just keep trying to keep you guys updated what's going on, and we did get that fixed. So now we can get this cleaned up and stuff. But like I said before, the sanding and the painting and all that, you guys don't want to see all that junk. So, hey, until next time, I appreciate y'all watching. Be blessed and have a great day. Later, y'all.